Hello everybody, today I have the pleasure to propose to you this key 80 entitled Practical Awakening. Well, this is the chapter 10, second video, for which we're gonna talk about Transcendence. Okay, as a fresh reminder really for you to understand, but thereby to understand, I know it's a neologism, it's an invention, a creativity regarding this word, understand, okay, for you to put into practice. As we say, practice makes perfect. Otherwise, it's theory and is useless in a certain extent. So, concretely, what is transcendent? To transcend is to obtain a unforecast results. It's behind of the comprehension and the normality, and it is up normal, and this is like not natural. It's beyond of the human condition. It is to transmute concretely ordinary into extraordinary. It is transmuting the light into darkness. It is concretely to take it out, to clean up the bad energies, the low frequencies into higher frequencies. Okay, this is finding back this unity within, inwardly, and thereby outwardly. Well, because the fact to fight against darkness would be like screaming or shouting against to obtain silence. Well, we are invited to unload, to discharge this bad energy, and to welcome as experiments. Okay, to realize the true I am. I am this because I encounter what I am not. Okay, by the notion of contrary. Neville Goddard say, change your conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you are. Don't try to change people. They are only messengers who tell you who you are. Revalue yourself and they will confirm the change. Okay, so more down to earth. Today we're going to talk about the extension. I mean, you know, we are talking about new era because of the society and so on. Some people, they are not vibrating with it and so on. Personally, since I'm a kid, I'm not a teenager, I'm not vibrating with it. I knew that we will change it. There is a transition because we need to have something more harmonious, okay, based on collaboration, benevolence with people, and so on and so forth. Okay, so at each level, and I talk about that in many of my books, many of my videos, and so on. If you really want to focus new era, let's say the 50 and so on, key 69, I spend 4 videos for this. But concretely, this is a kind of we need also project management. Okay, we need to do things. We need to do concretely. It's not wait and see. It's really also to have some projects to vibrate, be the change that you want to see in the world. Okay, it is practical meditation. It's practical, let's say, and operational praying. Okay, prayer. Okay, so it is the fact really to put into practice, and that's why yeah, you don't like this word, but change it. Okay, you don't like the way of education, change it. Okay, you don't like this. Okay, that's why we saw before creativity and intuition. This is part of it. Personally, I hate the school program when I was young. Okay, during 18 years, then after university and so on, it was really fun. But before that, it was a nightmare. Now, I built a new program entitled Revolutionary School, or Evolutionary, because the R is in brackets. Okay, and I study what I think it is vibrating: project management, intuition, creativity, meditation, theater, empathy, all this kind of thing to be useful to create a new society. And I teach that in the orphanage of Bali for a few years, and I will also in business school, MBA program, and it will be online in the future and so on. So concretely, as I had some problems with it, I built something new. So it's not to say, oh, you deserve a medal and so on, that's great. No. It's not this. It's just to invite you to do so as well. So, you know, personal development, coaching, personal emancipation is useful within this life. Okay, don't wait and see. be the change that you want to see in the world. And the goal is, even when you have some mentor, some coach and so on, it is just meiotics to help the other one to give birth to himself or herself. I definitely think there is a treasure within each of us. The goal is to find it. Okay, and the fact not to feel useful for this society is also sometimes a creation of frustration, then by fear to be excluded and so on. Okay, so that's why the overview would be know yourself, your personality, your strengths, your weaknesses, your interests, to define your mission, so that your reason for being, your objective, your strategy, methodology, time management, with deadlines, corrective action, and next step. To reformulate, to rephrase, because it's really important. So I talk about that in detail in the key 57 and 56 time management. 57 is realization, and I give you more in detail, but just as a fresh reminder here, first define your personality, your character, and so on. Then define your interests, personal one and professional one. I give you a list, and we saw that in the key 82 as well. I give you like different existential question to help you as a filter to know where you are. Okay, so define clear and reachable objectives, qualitatively, quantitatively. Define some deadlines. Okay, why? Because it's really important as a project. Okay, what requires this project in terms of actions, the task, okay, daily task, and action in general, task in detail, and then once again deadlines. Why I insist? Because you know, Mona Lisa, Da Vinci spent 20 years and actually he didn't finish. He passed away. Okay, so if he would have lived 10 more years, he would have spent 10 more years. Okay, at one moment, okay, a book and so on, you always can improve, but then let's finish. Let's turn the page. So make a diagnosis or personal assessment of diagnosis of your skills, your strengths and your weaknesses. Okay, weaknesses, but you can work on it with coaching, with training and so on. You skills you can amplify as well, and to see if it's matching with your project. Okay, establish a roadmap, that's to say a complete methodology. Then have a certain discipline, regularity, and don't do 1 month like intensive and then you stop. Like when you learn a language, if you do so, you forget everything. So you need certain regularity, 2 or 3 times a week, like sport. And same, if you run and do jogging only once, intensively during 1 month each 6 months is useless. So state of mind and discipline. Then have some corrective action. Okay, I did like this, I have this result, it was good, but I can amplify, I can improve, and it will be excellent, for example. If you don't want excellent, maybe you just want, according to your objective, maybe you just want good is enough for you, or just maybe a little higher, like very good. But anyway, I think you get it. Do something that you love, and with passion, you know, time flies. Time doesn't exist. When you are in love with someone, sometimes you say, oh, it's already this time. Or, oh, I didn't eat this lunch because I was completely absorbed with my patient. Or it's already 2 o'clock in the morning because I was watching a movie that I love or doing an action, whatever. Okay, so regarding professionally and personally. Professionally, Confucius say, find a job that you like, you will never have to work a single day. So the goal is this, there is a membrane between the personal and professional life, but once it's patient, there is no more membrane, because it's like you are enjoying playing life. It's like the inner child reactivated. So this is the concretization and realization of be the change that you want to see in the world. Participate to something bigger than you individuality. What does it mean? With the transmission, with association, conglomerate, because you will not feel anymore alone, but all one, like unity. Some advice, be yourself, because it's already to be someone else is already taken, as Oscar Wilde said. Avoid limiting thoughts. I cannot afford, it's too hard, and so on. Forget about that. Okay, the key 35 help you to reset yourself. Okay, to reset your false beliefs, your limitation, and so on. Okay, you have the theory and the guide meditation for be self-confident, 35 plus, self-confident, happy and healthy. Do it. It's 1 hour. You just have to listen to me. Do it. I mean, if you want and if it's vibrating. So know thyself. Okay, know thyself and you will know the secret of God in the universe. Be patient. Okay. Why? Because Rome was not built in 1 day. Okay, you need 9 months to come on Earth. Okay, the baby. So a plant, you can shout on a plant or a tree, it will not grow up faster. There is a certain rhythm to respect in life. Okay, a project, I did everything I could. Now I let it go. If you force too much, it will create duality. And will do the unexpected results. Okay, so it's good investment with a certain detachment. This is really paradoxal, but it's the energy you can find in the Qigong. This is like a very fluidity and sometimes, okay, very straight. Well, be invested, sorry, passionate, don't seek into skepticism, okay, with corrective action. Avoid, I mean, be with a positive network, like to say people supporting you, your family, your friends, and so on. Avoid energy vampires, and also skeptical people. Okay, those we did already, I will not work, and so on. Except if we are completely aligned and you think that you are convinced about yourself, just to test, to test your solidity and the solidity of your ideas. Because sometimes someone who just want to destroy is helpful because he will maybe find a, let's say, a leak, okay, a kind of small hole for which this is emptiness because he didn't find it. So you say, oh yeah, you're right. So at this moment you don't like the person because you have the feeling is because of this person, but it's thanks to her that you will fulfill this emptiness and to find a solution for maybe something to adjust. Celebrate your small victories. Do it step by step. And you know, when football team, England, Germany, whatever, before the World Cup in soccer, in football, they play against Andorra or Liechtenstein, is to win 10-0, 7-0, and so on. It's just to feel comfortable. It's a small victory because most of the team is, I mean, the players, they are amateurs, they are not professional, so it's no more they win. But at least they are in a good mood and good energy, good vibration to continue on the victory process. Is very important to do so. Take care of yourself, and to balance yourself and to have some rest. Sometimes very important. We're gonna see with time management. Sometimes it's like step backwards to jump further. This is a French expression. Time management is really important. Most of the people you will see, they are not organized, and thereby they are always stressed because they don't manage time. If you don't manage time, time manage you. If you don't own time, time own you. This is a Tibetan philosophy. But we never have anything but a little bit of time. Okay? We hear sometimes time is money. No, come on. Time is not money at all. Time is time. Time is opportunity to do things that you like. When I with my family and so on, I enjoy. That's it. I'm not paid for that. I'm paid with a smile, with happiness and so on, with hormones of happiness. But it's not money. So this is really our, let's say, society who shape us in this way. But for me, is a nonsense. Try to put things, one very important for the organization of time management is to see the priorities. Okay, this is the metaphor of the vase, for which you have big stones, then you have small stones, then pebbles, then sand and water. If you start with the water, then the sand and so on, you will not put the big stones. If you start with the big stones, so the big stone is the most important things to do in 1 day. when you have a schedule, you have to finish before the end. If it's not finished for other tasks, symbolized by the sound on the water, it's no big deal. Okay, in my to-do list, I will explain you a little bit after, but I always divide time like this: short, medium, long term. Let's say with a notion of strategic vision and operational vision. Operational vision is a short vision. Okay, so my short term is daily. Okay, my long term would be this week, and my medium term 1 week, and long term would be 1 month. Okay, in strategy, this is what we call in entrepreneurship and so on. Strategic vision and horizon would be short term between now and 6 months. 6 months and 2 years is mid-term, and 2 years to 5 years and more is long term. Okay, so it's important to have this project, but sometimes people are with a bulimia of things, but they don't do anything at the end. Okay, this is like trying to catch different animals at the same time. It's impossible. So you have to focus one by one. Okay, or at least you inject a little bit, because you know it will take time after, and then you invest in parallel of that. This is important to have this vision and strategy, and also methodology. You know, some needs reflection. Personally, when I write a book, when I prepare a podcast or video, I don't do straight away. I write spontaneously, and then I let it go. I sleep on it. I do activities, then I work again, and so on. Because it needs some, I need to spread over the time, and I invite you to do so for creativity, intuition, and so on. Mapping, like, you know, it's diagram, world map, retro planning, application. You have a lot which can organize your day as well, or your month, and so on. Clearly define your objective and timeline. Okay, there is also let's say the notion of to-do list. Okay, daily, monthly, yearly. This, honestly, if you watch the video 56, I explain with diagram, and I inject that in the coaching of life. There is 18 hours, I think, on Udemy. I explain all this with patterns. I give you the patterns that you can do on Excel or whatever, but this is just the philosophy. And with colors and so on, you know what is important, the focus point, and so on. To define also the time you need first. Okay, when you do today your to-do list, normally you shouldn't be more exceeding than a couple of minutes. Of course, if you spend 2 hours for doing your to-do list, it's useless, you understand. But it's supposed to make you more comfortable, less stress, and to see the priorities. But let's say what I recommend is to visualize how long you need. And at the end of the day, roughly you see that, and just the pleasure to done. Okay, and you see, okay, I forecast 30 minutes, but finally I did 20 minutes. Okay, so either I was too speed and was in surface, it was not requiring that, or maybe I did 40 minutes because I don't know, there is more interaction with people and so on, and or it was necessarily a guy talk about his personal problems and so on, so like in management or whatever, or friendship. I cannot squeeze and say, okay, time is up. Okay, so, and then it allows you to value, because at the end you don't need necessarily to do a to-do list. You have in your mind. Personally, I still do it with my mobile or with the template I give you in the key 56. So define an agenda for each professional meeting. Okay, we're gonna talk about that, and you recentrate the debate when people are talking about. Okay, it's not to be a robot. It's also to appreciate the fact there is a joke. We are talking about I don't know, vacation and so on. But at the end, it's better to say, okay, we allocate 1 hour. Okay, and we try to fit with it. Okay. And to recentrate, like, you know, sometimes in politics debate, some people are going to another way and so on. So the goal is to come back to the point. Use this techniques of don't disturb, okay? Because, you know, and especially in the what we call the open space, very often we are concentrated and someone interrupts us, and then we need, you know, to to take a few minutes to a few seconds to be concentrate again. Okay, so I recommend that to my employees. Tell me if you are okay or not. Okay, I don't want you necessarily at my disposal, but sometimes I say even to my manager, my general manager, if you have reflection things and so on, stay at home. You will have, you will be not disturbed. Sometimes I switch off my mobile. I don't want to pop up, you know, all these things affecting your attention span. Delegate, outsource the most possible. For task is important, and you train people, you control, but then, you know, the conductor, it's not playing any music. I'm CEO for 2 companies. Frankly speaking, I could not do everything alone. That's normal. So I recruit properly. I have a business partner as well, so help. And also I train people and I control after that, but then people are autonomous. Analysis of the result. This is what we saw to improve eventually forecast result. Okay, I spent this time, but it was necessary or it was not. So now I will value and I will change for next time. Well, this is once again a discipline, a state of mind, and kind of organization. But once again, if we want to build a new society with the transition, the 5D and so on, it's part also of the game, because it will be not from one day to another. It will be not like this, you wake up and you have the snow, it's snow, and then life is new. No, we will have to take different pieces of the puzzle game and to rebuild it. You know, it's like World Heritage, when you have a statue and so on is in defected states. You have to take one piece by one piece. You don't destroy everything. You take one piece by one piece with the laser and so on. You reinforce the structure. So we're invited to do so. Those who are disempowering, that to say, oh, this is the responsibility of the deep states, or the galactics, they will come to clean up our ass. Sorry to say that. If we don't change inwardly, is useless. It's like you ask, I mean, some friends of you are really disgusting and your flat is horrible. Actually, they can pay for your birthday or whatever, housekeeping, someone to clean up. 1 month later, if you change your habits, your behavior, it will be the same. It's the same. We have to do the job. Okay? Those who want, those who don't want, let it go. Don't focus on them. Just focus on your side, yourself. You are within your own sphere of consciousness. This is the only thing to change within. This is really important to remind that and to put into practice. Also for time management and in general for organization, do some feedback with people. Okay, did you understand? Yes, I did. Okay, what did you understand? And then the person reformulate, rephrase and so on. Because sometimes we think that we understood, but it's not true. There was missing information or confusion because you were not clear and so on. So we are spending so much time with a lack of communication or with not a clear communication. So that's why it's important. What I recommend as well is to always have a buffer. Don't fulfill completely your schedule, okay? Otherwise you will be overwhelmed very quickly and reschedule at the same time, like a GPS. Okay, I squeeze that because it's useless finally, or I can do it tomorrow and so on. It's avoid stress. The goal is not efficiency and so on when I'm sharing that. It is part also of spirituality, because everything is initiatory, as I say many times. Well, I invite you to think about that, to put into practice what's vibrating. As we say, practice makes perfect. I hope it will help you. And you can deepen, of course, with the references I gave you, with different other videos. It's up to you to invest into this or not, okay? With something vibrating or you need it, okay? So I hope it will help you to shape the master key of consciousness, of love, whatever you want. As you know, all roads lead to Rome and to the Dome. Thank you for your attention and see you very soon.